So today I got for you guys a kind of budget pen deck. The deck itself, I tried to make it as inexpensive as I could, but I also wanted to make it semi-decent. And I myself don't have all the cards for it. Don't really have the yugioh to craft it either, but it's still pretty semi-decent. Might remove Appaloosa and replace that with something else. But aside from that, there aren't too many URs, and well, for extra deck monsters, there aren't really that many good ones that aren't URs. Like if we just go to 10, there's Stardust Chronicles Spark Dragon, which doesn't really do much here. But anyways, the basic concept of this deck is just to do some pen summoning. Ideally, you want a time Pendulum graph with your end board and Baron and whatever else you can make. But I'll show that off right now. So what you basically want to do is you want to get into your Harmonizing Magician, and if you can do that, you're pretty solid. So here we have scales 8, 5, 8, 1, and we also have Skull Crobat normal summon. So we don't necessarily have to use Pendulum Call, and we have to choose between Wisdom Eye Magician effect or Pen Call. With this hand, I think it's alright to go just straight up for a Pen Call here. So that's what we're going for. So we'll discard. Probably Dragon Pit, I guess. Or do we keep Dragon Pit? Yeah, let's discard Wisdom Eye here. And then we will add Harmonizing Magician as well as Dragon. Okay, and that's good. And then we will normal summon Skull Crobat Joker, and then we will add Elf Dragon, I guess. And that will help for next turn. So we will scale Elf Dragon and Dragon Pit Magician. And then we will Pendulum Summon. 1, 2, 3. And then this also will allow us to add back the Wisdom Eye. And then we'll use the effect of Harmonizing Magician to special summon Magician card from our deck to the field. And let's see, what do we choose? Let's go for Dharmai. So this is going to be a little funky. We're going to have to, let's see. Crystron Hulk. First step right here. Crystron Hulk. We'll use Harmonizing Magician and Skull Crobat. And then we will summon our Tuning Magician. In this case, we'll just make Enlightenment Paladin would be fine. I guess. And then that'll let us add back Pen Call for next turn, and that would be fine. And then we'll use Dragon effect here, add back Harmonizing Magician for next turn. And we can also summon back the Tuning Magician from the graveyard. Special summon something else. But for now, we're just going to make Degda. And this is something pretty simple you can do. I might have misplayed this, honestly. I'm not sure if I could have done something better, but yeah. So then, on our opponent's turn, we can do the Hulk Scythe combo. We make Baron on the turn, or we could make Cheng Ying if we wanted. In theory. So we pop Scythe with Wonder Magician, and then we can use Artifact Scythe. Well, Artifact Scythe's effect is mandatory, so we use Wonder Magician effect now, and we special summon Baron before. And also, if we have the ability to make Hulk, we can just make Degda, because with Tuning Magician, what we can do is we can link Tuning Magician off with Link Rebo, and then special summon Tuning Magician to make Degda after we summon Hulk. Which overall I'd say is pretty good. So here, we can also just discard, let's discard Wisdom Eye again. And we can add two. We can add Timebreaker Magician, and let's add Dragon Pulse, I guess, would be fine. So now we have a bit of a resource loop going as well. So we'll summon Harmonizing with Oak Dragon here. And the grind game on this is pretty nice. Well, I still have 4 cards in hand, and my board is okay. Well, if we special summoned, for example, Oak Dragon here, and we had Cheng Ying and Baron in our extra deck, we could make both here, which is pretty great. Don't really know what else to say about it, but yeah. We can also summon Magician of Hope. Doesn't really do anything for us here. So let's make Omega. And if we had FA Don Drexter here, for example, we could make FA Don Drexter with both Dragon as well. we'll add Harmonizing Magician back to our hand again, because we can only pen summon Harmonizing Magician from our hand, which is fine. And we'll use Timebreaker Magician, just normal summon Timebreaker. Timebreaker Magician effect. We'll banish whatever that card is with Timebreaker Magician. The list could use a little bit of work, and the main deck is pretty budget, but it can still do some decent stuff, basically. If we had access to Time Pendulum Graph with Pendulum Call, it goes pretty wild though. So, Time Pendulum Graph. Your opponent cannot target spellcaster type monsters you control with draw cards or effects. It does that, I guess, but the effect we really care about is you can target one Magician Pendulum monster card in your monster zone or pendulum zone, and one card your opponent controls, destroy them. Then if this effect did not destroy two cards, you can send one card on the field to the graveyard. So if you have either Time Star Magician, for example, or you used Pendulum Call, your Magician cards in your Pendulum zones cannot be destroyed by card effects here. And once per turn, if a Pendulum monster card / cards in your monster zone or Pendulum zone would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you would send one spellcaster type monster from your deck to the graveyard instead. That would protect your cards, allowing you to also send one card on the field to the graveyard. And this is once per turn. Which is pretty brutal. And it's kind of like, for example, this card, Sword Soul Blackout, but Blackout here is just a normal trap. It's one and done. As long as this is on the field, you can keep using this effect. And it also doesn't say you have to target a monster, like with well, certain cards. They'll target only specifically monsters, so like Orthros. Orthros targets specifically spell trap cards, for example. And this just targets any cards. It destroys one of whatever card your opponent controls and sends one as well. And the send is also optional, so you don't have to send something. If, for example, your opponent only has like one card you cared about, and that's it. So, see ya, guys.